Well, my name's Rick. This is the first vlog I've really started. Um, I just wanted to sort of track what's going on in my life right now because I think a lot of people can empathize with it. Um, I've done a lot of different things in my life. I've worked, you know, worked in education. I was in the Marine Corps. Um, Last few years I've been working in retail, working for one of the major sports retailers in the country, doing something I love, and that's working in golf. And just came over the realization in the last few weeks that it's probably time for a change. Um, I have really enjoyed my job. I mean, I've gotten a lot of perks from it. I've gotten to work with a lot of vendors, gotten to go to training, gotten to travel and do training for other people to teach them how to do everything from fitting golf clubs to repairing golf clubs to learning the ins and outs of golf clubs and golf equipment, golf apparel, and I've really liked it. But in the last year, there's been a big change in where I work. Um, and not the company as a whole, but in my particular location. And I don't want to go into detail right now because I'm still working there. But needless to say, it's made me rethink, what I want to do. I mean, I really envisioned myself being with this company for 15, 20 years. I mean, I've been there 6 years, which is quite a bit, but, and I've made it, fairly high. I have no desire to go into formal management in this company, but I've gotten as close as you can get. I say I don't want to go into management, but I'm essentially a department manager who on occasion opens and closes the store and am responsible for the overall operation of the store at times. So I've been, I've done really well, but some of the changes lately have made it difficult to want to stay. I think we've all had those times when we want to, um, where we want to go home. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, man, I can't wait to get home, kind of thing. But the first thing the other day, for the first time, I had the feeling that not just I want to go home, but I want to not be here. And that was when I was at work. So I'm trying to decide where things are going to lead me. I have some options. Just so you know, I don't, I'm 51 years old. I don't have a steady girlfriend. I have three daughters, all of which are grown. The youngest is going to be 19 here, and she goes to college in a different state. My next oldest is going to be 20, and she's an assistant manager at a local fast food chain here. I'm very proud of her. I'm proud of all of them. My oldest, just turned 24, and she just completed her culinary arts degree, and I'm very proud of her too. But we don't get to spend much time together, any of us, because we're so busy. So I'm at a position where I've got a lot of options, and I'm trying to decide what to do. So I think a lot of people have been in that position just like I am. So right now I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to try to stay in the golf business or pursue that, whether it's seeing if there may be something in the corporate world a little bit higher, or maybe with one of the vendors. I'm going to pursue that a little bit. But I'm really leaning towards just going and getting a CDL and driving a truck. I have some friends that have been in the trucking industry. I have a cousin that through marriage that has a prominent YouTube channel. His name's Trucker G, I have another cousin who is more of a regional local driver for a company. But I've always thought that driving a truck might be something I'd be interested in. I love to drive. I love to see the country. I love to plan trips. I love all of that. One other goal I've always had was to play golf in all 50 states. I've gotten Alaska and Hawaii out of that, and I've gotten a ton of other states out. But this may be an option to do this. I met a guy about 4 weeks ago. I was playing golf here I live in Albuquerque right now, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I was playing golf at the University Championship course over here, and I pulled into the parking lot, and there was a big rig truck there. And I had never seen a big rig truck at a golf course before, but lo and behold, I got paired with this guy that drives trucks for a living, and he drives flatbeds. And he was telling me about the company he works for, and how this was his sort of second or third career. He was a couple of years older than I am, I believe. And that one of the byproducts of that he's done is he's got to play a lot of golf. Now, I know truckers, I know just from doing the research I've done online and other things that truckers, they have to find some things to pass the time during their downtime or whatever, and you don't always get to choose where you stop, but sometimes you do, and it may be something like that that I may end up trying to, maybe get a chance to do that. Find where they get a CDL through a local school. They have one at CNM, at the Community College of New Mexico, at their technical location. They have that program, but there's a lot of truck driving companies that sponsor truck driving schools, and I'm looking at a couple in particular. I'm not going to say which ones right now, but it's maybe something that I want to look at doing. So I'm really interested. I'm doing my homework to make sure it's something that I really want to do. But I have a lot of questions, and I've talked to a lot of people, and I just think it may be time for some change. I haven't set my mind 100% yet, but I'm headed that way about making a change, but I will shortly. So I guess I just wanted to share this and start this because I know a lot of people are in similar situations. I mean, you get to a point in your life, and for some reason, you have to make a change. Either it's a forced change, like you lose your job because your company closes down, or there's huge layoffs, or you're outsourced or whatever, or maybe you get hurt, or maybe, it's just one of those things where you made a mistake and you get fired or whatever. And then there's other times when we actually get to choose to make a change. And I think, right now that may be something I'm looking at. It's interesting because I've got 3 different degrees. I mean, I'm not, I haven't, avoided going to college and everything like that. On the contrary, I've worked really hard towards that. But it's not something that I'm looking at right now. So, this is my phone. Sorry about that. But anyway, I want to share this. I think I'm going to put it on a YouTube channel, and I just want to sort of keep you up to date on what I'm thinking about and where I'm going. And then from there, sort of just follow whatever that decision I made. And hopefully, from some feedback from you guys, if I get some feedback, and from some of the things that I'm saying, maybe that will help either you or me make some good decisions and make some decisions about what to do. Because life's too short, I always remember that, I was watching, one of my favorite shows back in the day was Castle, and I don't know if any of you guys watch Castle, but I remember there was one episode where the medical investigator, I think her name was Laney, was talking to Kate Beckett, who was the heroine of the show, and she was Lainey was asking Beckett why she hadn't done certain things, and she said she planned on doing them, she just hadn't gotten around to them. And Lainey said something that really stuck with me. She said, that she had been working in that morgue for 5 years or so. And in 5 years, she'd seen all these bodies in all these drawers, and every single one of them had something they were planning on doing down the road, losing some weight, visiting someplace, starting a new hobby, whatever. And their lives were cut short, and they never got the chance. There's not many times in your life where I guess you get the chance to decide that you want to do something different and actually go do it without there being a lot of repercussions down the line. And I know that, most people that are looking at this have a lot more concerns than what I have. You might have young children, or you might have a significant other, or whatever. But I think it can be just about as scary as, but as exciting as what I feel right now. And like I said, I think that's sort of where I want to come from that. So I do appreciate you listening, if you and I do appreciate you following along. I'm going to update this on a regular basis. Hopefully, it may not be as long as this long-winded diatribe that I have right here, but subscribe, click the bell. They always say that stuff, so that you get noticed when I post something new, and we'll see where we go from there. So I hope you guys have a great day, and God bless.